Is how you doing today? I have logged in and I've actually made some changes. I have no idea if it's going to work out as intended or not, so be sure to give me a little bit of feedback on how that looks on y'all's screens if you feel so inclined, because I think that it might be better, but that's kind of a hope on my end. Um, might be worse. Not really sure. Trying to look at it from my little phone, I can't really discern whether whether it is easier to see or less easy to see. But do give me a little bit of feedback at some point so that I can know what it looks like for you. I was on with Copernici, and I have a quest here in North Qeynos to turn. Yeah, North Qeynos to turn in right there. Flight of the Sage, and I'm supposed to go and talk to Demini in North Qeynos. So I'm gonna go and head over to North Qeynos. I'm currently in South Qeynos. So I'm gonna head over to there and try to turn that quest in. I've kind of got an issue here where it seems to be not full screen. There we go. It was windowed out. But now we can see the quest over here. Flight of the Sage. I need to speak to Demini in North Qeynos. Now, Demini is in the south part of North Qeynos, as I recall. And I believe it's going to be to our right after we zone in. Let's see here. Yes, Scholar Demini, right there on the little hill. And so, Demini says, Drat, so close too. To think, he could have met the Sage of Ages, but now he's sailing off to wherever it is that he observes the world. Oh well. Friend, I want to thank you for helping me. Please take this as a sign of my appreciation. As for me, I might as well record what could have happened. Good luck to you, bold and brave adventurer. And you say, it's the same to you, Dimney. Or I do anyway. I don't know what you say, but that's what I say. And then we get the Dimney's class ring, which is a level 20 ring. It's got a good amount of stamina on it. Has some resistances. You know, if your ring is fairly terrible, it could be great for you. Or if you're just looking for the stat boost on stamina. Let's see here now. What else? I was thinking about this quest that I have tried to do off and on over in Fallen Gate. It's searching for Batal Naren's brother. Now I remember Batal Naren's brother being a corpse in the room that you go in. That's off to the right. After you enter Fallen Gate, it's the first turn you can take to the right. And I recall his corpse being there, but when I have gone there, I've not found the corpse there. Tried clearing the room because I thought, well, maybe I need to kill the guy who's standing over by where the body is before it shows up. But that did not help in the slightest. So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering things. It's hard to say. Also, I just discovered this wanted poster over here that I'd completely forgotten about, and so I may as well get that knocked out. It's a level, I think it said level 18 quest, so it's gray to me. It won't be particularly difficult. If only I can find the correct Darkpaw, Darkpaw dudes, you know. Let's see here. Those are Darkpaws, but they're not the right Darkpaws. So we're gonna kind of wander around a bit until we can find them. The thing is, they ought to be. I feel like they ought to be over here, but it's been a while, so I can't say. You know what I can do is I can check on EQ2 maps right here and see if I can find find a group of them. Okay, they're calling those sabertooth packlords. Yes. What we're looking for is actually the Darkpaws. So maybe I need to go south. Let's see. Darkpaws. Okay, Darkpaw Knolls. We need Darkpaw soldiers specifically. That's youths and mystics. There's a good number of Darkpaws down here. Still youths and mystics. This is mystics, youths, and animators. Should be some here. Those are sabertooths. Darkpaw encampment as youths and mystics. Show you where I'm at right now, running this direction. Those are timber claws. We don't necessarily need those. I think we will just head this direction and go around among the Darkpaws here and see what we can see for now. And of course it could be the guys to the west. I am just unfortunately out of practice comparatively with this area. And so I can't just pull it out of my memory as well as I once could. But for now, we're going to head over to the west. If they're over here, then they would be a little further this direction. These are sabertooth rumps. Darkpaw runecasters. By the way, this area right here is Farmus Gully. Just to let you know, there's your battlers. It said, is it sabertooth battlers? Again, we're looking for Darkpaws. Let's see about up here if there's anything. Yeah, those are sabertooths. There's also some more. Yep, those are also sabertooths. Man, lots of sabertooths running around. Some over here in this area. Not really here. It's more to the right. I feel like I should be more familiar with this. This is probably a simple, much more simple than I'm making it. But I'm just kind of going over all of the areas where I know Knolls being, or where I can think of Knolls being right off. And like these guys right here are Darkpaws. But then we're hitting sabertooths here. And of course, there is also a group over here. It's calling them sabertooths. Oh, here we go. There it is. Darkpaw soldiers and shamans up to the west of the keep of the Ardent Needle over here. So, suppose we'll run over there. There are a couple of ways you can do that from here. One of them is to go through the cave entrance. It's right there. And that is the cave that has the Windstalker Rumbler in it when he's up. The other way is just to run over the mountains. So, show you an easy way to get through this cave. First of all, if you click it on your map, it'll show you a little yellow wisp to lead you right to the cave, which is always helpful. I do appreciate the waypoint wisp. It's very nice. And as a scout, I have to jump every chance I get off of something. Gotta get that safe call up somehow, right? So here we go into the cave, and then to make it very easy to get through the cave, you can just click on the other side. You can click anything that's on the other side of the cave, and that way you will get the waypoint to lead you there. My waypoint is going insane, but now it's fixed itself. All is well. Fortunately, there were no turns to be had during the insane portion of that run. So, no big deal. We knew we were going the right way. So when you are looking for the Windstalker Rumbler, if he is up, and you'll see him right over there in that room. He is, I believe he's still tagged as an epic by 2, but you don't actually need 2 groups to kill him, and in fact, if you have 2 groups, then you won't get the credit for it if you have an actual raid force for him. I don't think. Don't quote me on that. I am always up for being wrong. So we're almost through the cave tunnel, or the knoll tunnel now. Cave tunnel. Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we could call it a cave tunnel. Came out the other side, and now we are very close to the Griffin Station, which is right over there, and Oracle Tower, and also over here, the Keep of the Ardent Needle. And around us, we have various sabertooth guys, but we keep going west, and that is apparently where the soldiers that we're looking for are. Getting there. Words are hard. Now let's see here. We should be approaching the Darkpaw critters, and there's one, but before we do that, we have a shiny right here. That is, of course, the most important part of any adventure. So, alright. Now we will destroy these pretty quickly. Need 15 of them. That's going to take a moment. But let's go ahead and use good old track and see if we can get some to show up on there and make it a little bit simpler. Maybe. Also, if any of you know of a better spot to find some Darkpaw soldiers, feel free to chime in. as mentioned, my memory of this area is not as phenomenal as it might be. And you know, I'm just going off of EQ2 maps, little tag point there. And it may be that they can kind of spawn alongside. Let's see here. This says level 14 to 15 Darkpaw soldiers and shaman mob used for city writ, level 11 to 14 Darkpaw encroachment and the Darkpaw defilers. The mob is at the base of the tree in Ardent Hills. Respawn every 15 to 20 minutes. Lots of harvesting items and area to bide your time between spawns. Well, that doesn't sound like a fun time at all, waiting 15 to 20 minutes for a single kill. I don't approve. So, my question is, where else might we find some of these wonderful Darkpaw soldiers? Because I'm quite certain that is not the only spawn of them in the entire zone. Seems highly unlikely. So, I'm going to spend a moment trying to find some others. In fact, I'm going to come check down there where other Darkpaws are. There's these Darkpaw youths here. Youths and mystics are definitely for a city writ. But maybe we can find some other Darkpaws in more soldierly-like form down there. We'll give it a shot. But first, we're going to go out of our way, see if we can find the shiny that spawns over in these fields. It doesn't always spawn in the fields, of course, but it's in the general area, so may as well, while we're going along through this area anyway, take a small detour and try to find the shiny. And it's a possibility that it's already been harvested too, so we won't go too crazy looking for it. Simply glance around and see if we can see it as we go by. Also, add a rig size on, so I will say hi there. Then come investigate in this area with all these Darkpaws that are clearly not soldiers. Not looking very promising on my track. Come over this way and we'll check out the Crater Lake area. There should be gnolls kind of all over this area. Maybe some of them could be soldiers, who knows? Sometimes I feel like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz, you know? If I only had a brain, it would be helpful. But that's okay. I don't need a certificate saying that I have a brain. I just need the real deal, you know? I guess need is a pretty strong word though, because I've gone this long without one successfully. I should just be thrilled with events as they are. To be fair, it's mostly the short-term memory that I'm not great on. Long-term is typically pretty decent. It's not looking real good, gotta tell you. Did find a shiny, though. That's something. I think this character has most of the shinies that spawn in Antonica. There are a few bones that may still be missing, but the vast majority of them I've already gotten. So the odds of me finding a shiny in this area that is one that I need are not great. Found some soldiers. Life is good again. There are 2 of them in this little group. And the tribal elder. So I think that because the elder is up, there aren't a lot of other groups, but that when we kill him, it may spawn more than just the one group in this location. I'm not sure. Kind of halfway think that's right. But we shall see. So we killed those at around 314, which means that around 321, they should be probably back up. I'm going to take this opportunity to run over to the Mender Hut and take care of this armor situation that I find myself in. I think that was a result of General Droll and company over there in Bloodskull Valley yesterday. Should have mended when I was in town, but alas, that's not the way it went. Another Darkpaw soldier. So they're all over the place now. Great, because I need plenty of them. I don't need that, however. Moving right along now that I've come to the right area. I don't know if it's marked on the map as having soldiers or not. Doesn't look like it is marked, but future reference when you're out looking for Darkpaw soldiers, here they are over at the very edge of Archer Woods. Plenty of them, quite a bit more helpful finding these guys over here than over by the Keep of Good, which apparently just seems to have that one group of them. Don't think we need to be waiting on them to respawn every 7 minutes. A lot easier to get these guys here. Alright, 9 of 15 of those. The reward for this quest is 11 silver and 40 copper, so we're not exactly going to be getting rich off of this, but it's still a quest we can knock out. The amount of XP it gives is minimal because it's a great quest to me. Currently at level 30, doing a level 18 quest, so it's not going to be that rewarding in terms of XP or coin, but it makes me feel happy. So sometimes you gotta just do the thing that makes you feel happy. I like to see the quest completions tick up, you know? So far on this one, just to let you guys know where I'm at in the way of quest completions. On this character, so far, I have completed 359 quests. So it's not, I'm not doing phenomenal. There's still a lot more that I certainly could have completed at this time. But, it's not too bad either. We can get that shaman out of the way. Because once the healers are gone, everything else goes down just that much faster. So better to always try to take out the healers. I like to do healers than mages, than scouts, than fighters for the most part. Depends. Depends obviously on what they're casting and whatnot, but for the most part. Keen has logged in. And I've got a shiny over here to pick up. Got a chip shard of alteration. Definitely have no need for that. I think I'm gonna head back toward the town. You know what I didn't do was mend. Changing my mind. I'm going to go mend before I forget to. Let's see here. The only other quest I currently have in Antonica is the Condemned Catacombs. The Condemned Catacombs is just north of this little peninsula out here. It has the Sir Dinsey up there, where you get the quest for going into the Condemned Catacomb. I believe you have to be a minimum level of 20. I want to say 25 to be able to get in there, and it's fairly nasty inside. I'm gonna say it's pretty rough. I do not recommend going in by yourself as long as the guys in there are still green to you. If you want to head over there, you definitely want to pick up a group, at least a couple of players, because it's nasty in there. I'm not in a hurry to go hop in. I'll tell you that. I will do it if someone else is going in, definitely, but not planning to go in by myself right now for sure. In Fallen Gate, I have a number of quests that I need to get around to. But again, I'm not really interested in going and trying to fight my way through it, because I won't get very far by myself. I can stealth in, and I can make it a decent ways. Sometimes I can get down to where Burp Belly is in the pot down there by the chef, but I still have not been able to click him and get his body gathered before I get interrupted and then ultimately killed. I think that if I try it again by myself, I'll try mezzing the closest guy and then clicking, which I think that would mean I would still have probably 2 other guys beating on me. And unfortunately, I don't have my my focus up high enough. 100 out of 150 is not the best. So if I could get my focus up a little bit more, then I might be able to gather Mr. Burp Belly even with them beating me. Oh, that sound. Where is that coming from? Interesting. I have no idea what that was. I wonder if that was related to something that I did. I did some things to the Twitch stream. You know what? I bet that was the sound of a new follower, maybe. If so, awesome. All right, I am looking on my phone, which is operating as my second monitor. And yes, it looks like I do have a new follower. Very cool. Welcome, man in orbit. Very cool. What level am I? I am currently level 30. Just kind of running around. But sure, yeah, if you want to go out and do some questing, I'm for it. What level are you? And I'm actually going to go and try to head over to Thundering Steps and pick up some of those scrying stones that I keep threatening to grab while I'm thinking about it. So, came all the way over here. You know what I haven't done with all this talk? I did. Okay, I did mint. Good for me. Good for me. 270s and a couple of alts. Well, what level are your alts? Maybe they'll be a little closer to the right range. So, if you've gotten them up to level 70, what was your strategy when you hit that wall they all talk about in the 50s? How'd you get past that? I've heard that clearing the towers is a popular way to do it in Sinking Sands.
Well met.
I see. So you were just doing random dungeons maybe along the way as a tank. So what I've found from just doing /who is that the server seems to have a low population of guardians and a low population of mystics. Oh, I see you did the Clefs till 54, Giants till 57, and Tenebrous Tangle quests after that. Yeah, my understanding was it's just the like level 50s that people are having trouble getting from 50 to 60. I see, yeah. That's what I'm hearing from everybody. I remember when the Sinking Sands came out and leveling through that at the time. I wasn't really terribly concerned because for me, I mean, I do quests, and so it's like, I'd be focusing on getting those done, and then of course, I'll go and help people when they need help and things like that. So it was never really an issue at that time for me to do it, but I haven't done it on this server, so. Yeah, and I agree with you. The Sinking Sands area to me isn't very. I don't know. It's just it is boring. It's just not that exciting of an expansion. I know a lot of people were really excited about it at the time, and they really were really into like the flying carpet quest and things like that. But I don't know. It wasn't kind of wasn't my cup of tea, I think. Yeah, definitely, because they had a lot of lore that they could have tapped into. They were kind of trying to go with the Middle Eastern stuff. They had the gens and all that. And I think it could have been more entertaining than it was compared to the previous expansions. Yeah, I think Kingdom of Sky. Part of the problem with Desert of Flames was the faction grinding that they implemented, and I think that they expected people to be more interested in raising their faction. They had that whole system where if you raise it with one group, it lowers it with another, unless you just do basically the straight coins system. And so I think they really wanted you to level by doing the faction grinding, and I think people weren't as into that as the developers thought they were going to be, and so it ends up being that you run out of quests that you're interested in doing, and you don't really have a lot more that you want to do. They don't have enough quests really in that expansion. Yeah, you're right. They didn't really explain the faction system. They just kind of threw you in and said, okay, um, you know, here's these guys. And you had to kind of look into it a bit, which I'm okay with that. That's fine to have to kind of learn through immersion, but I do think that there could have been something a little more clear about the way it worked with that. Yeah, I think that a lot of people who play EverQuest do enjoy the quests, but you don't want to do the same quests over and over again. So it's like if you're given a ton of just repeatables, go kill these crabs, that's fine for like a writ, but it's not something that you would want to or that would interest in most people in continuing to just do over and over again. It's just a grind. I mean, the book quests are bad enough, and I enjoy the books because they normally have interesting stories in them. But I don't enjoy kill 7 sabertooths. Okay, now turn the page. To read the next page, now you have to kill 7 sabertooths. That's not so exciting. Yeah, the repeatables are kind of something that you feel compelled to do sometimes for one reason or another, but you certainly don't want to be forced to do because there's just absolutely nothing else to do, or you have to do it in order to progress the timeline. All right, now there is a person over here who sells they're like scrying stones, and there's a quest that they start with. Maybe I have to start the quest before I can get the things from her, because I don't know. I haven't done it on this server at all yet. Let's see if I can just check this docks area. So I know that she stands behind the building over there. There's just too many people here getting in the way. Let's try filtering. And NPC maybe. None of those are the right one. Yeah, I wonder if I can remember where the quest starts at. There's Blurton Blumble. He has some quests that aren't particularly fun too. Oh, here we go. Found him. Leets Royal Yacht. He's the one who sells you the scrying stones. Scrying stones are they're fun, they're entertaining. I'll go ahead and buy some and show you how those work whenever I come across some rainbow lights in the future. The lights in question can kind of spawn in random places, certainly throughout the Shattered Lands. And when you see them, you can, if you have the scrying stones in your bags, you can go up to them and use a scrying stone, and something will happen. I'm going to go head toward the bridge, Thundermist Bridge, Bridge Keep area, and see if I can run across some of these colorful lights. Sometimes they'll be over here in this field with the lions and whatnot. One of these days, I'm going to find a charging cord for a better laptop that I have, and then that'll be step one in my goal of getting a second monitor so that I can have it set up and see the chat more accurately, because right now the using the phone for the purposes of checking out the chat is certainly better than nothing, and I'm appreciative of it, but it's also very limited in what I can do with it. Jamari has roared in the shout. I wonder, does he think he's a lion? Perhaps. No luck on the colorful lights yet, but you know, it's like I said, it's kind of a random thing. I don't know of any way to predict where they'll be, if there is any way to do that, or to locate them without just running across them. Plain gray ant. I was hoping in the back of my mind that it might be a striped red ant, which is what I still need for desperately seeking ants for Eloise over there on the Thundering Steps docks. I found the first one for her, but of course she dropped it, and so now I have promised to find her a second one, apparently. And in return, I will get I believe, a 14-slot bag. Seems underwhelming, all things considered, but it was a great bag at the time. There's a spotted red ant. So close and yet so far away. But let's see her. Desperately seeking ants. So the bag she gives out is this one here. Large collector's pouch. And at the time that it was a current quest, that was a very large bag indeed for this level range. Not as much anymore, but you know, that's the way things go. Another chance at that striped red ant. No, no such luck. I do have a good number of quests here in this area to knock out at some point. Looks like 20 quests in the Thundering Steps at the moment. Some of them are writs. These repeatable here. Everything except for, I think, the Bridge Keep threats. Well, no, ponies, pretty ponies all in a row is also It's also not a writ. Okay, so half of them are writs and half of them are not writs. The bridge keep threats is the one that gives you access to the bridge. At nighttime in the Thundering Steps, the bridge is shut. The doors to the bridge is shut, I should say. And if you have done the quest line there, I believe it's the bridge keep threats repeatable enough times, which I want to say is 3 times. I could be wrong. Then you can click on the bridge doors when you get to them and they're shut, and they'll open up. Of course, you can run around and jump over the wall if you haven't done that, and you can still get in, but you have to come in through the valley where the where all of the skeletons are in order to do that. So definitely easier to just do this quest and then have access to the doors. If you spot those colorful lights that I'm looking for and I like run by it because I somehow didn't notice it, be sure to let me know. I can always turn this rig around, you know? If I don't see any of them in this direction, then I'm going to hop over to Antonica through this back door and see if I can see any over there. Because if you haven't experienced what happens with the scrying stones and the lights, I think it might be a fun thing for you. I remember the first time I did it, I had no idea what would happen, it was very entertaining. I used to carry them all the time in my bags so that I could just see what you can get, you know, because it's there are a variety of things that can happen. So how long have you been playing EverQuest 2, Man in Orbit? Oh, over a year. Well, that's good. It's a good start, you know. Did you play on live or did you only play on Origins? There's some of the lights that I'm looking for right here. So you stand right in here, and then you can have them on your hotbar like this if you want, or you can do it from your trade skill or from your inventory, and you examine it, and then you watch this happen. The tree rune pulses: brilliant red, soft blue, dim red, and you begin to search. Ah, found nothing interesting. No fun. Let's try again. I think you can try 3 times per set. So now we got bright red, bright blue, bright blue, and we begin to search. And we found nothing interesting. Let's give that another shot. Ah, so you can't click it from the from this window. Be careful to hit clear hotkey and not destroy whenever you're removing something like that. Destroy is a bad time. Try examining. We got brilliant blue, bright green. This is looking promising. And brilliant red. We begin to search. And we found... Look! Some cool stuff. So you started on Origins. Personally, my opinion is obviously that Origins is vastly superior to Live. Live is a lot more, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's faster paced, certainly, but it's more demanding in other ways. So um, you can level a lot faster. You get to max level, but then when you get to max level, all you really have to do there is grind, right? So you do dungeons over and over again. If you're a raider, then you go to raids, and it's just the same thing every day. All right, now what we got was a damaged ancient vest. It says this item will probably be more valuable to a collector of artifacts than it is to me. Those typically sell for a little bit, and we got 2 scrying stones. So we used 3 scrying stones in order to get this, and now we can get 2 back. So we have to choose which one do we want, the damaged ancient vest or the scrying stone. For just fun, we already know what the scrying stone does. I'll grab this damaged ancient vest, and then you can see what that will sell for. I think the simplest way for me to get to a merchant would be to call escape and then run over to the docks from here. I mean, we're at the docks, but run over to a merchant at the docks from here so that we can see what that goes for. That's the wrong guy. 2 people in the room and I chose the wrong one. That sounds like me, doesn't it? Alright, so damaged ancient vest sells for 11 silver and 11 copper to this guy right here. Let's go ahead and sell that, and then just for confirmation of how that compares to the cost we put in, come over here, and this guy sells 1 scrying stone for 18 silver. So we used 3 scrying stones, which, you know, is like significantly more than should have. Well, you know, let's just say 11 silver is not the best return on that. But it was fun, so that's the main thing. You can actually get some jewelry pieces from it that are interesting. I don't think that they compare these days to the jewelry drop, or to like the mastercrafted and the other kinds of drops you can get, but it is a fun thing to do. And one interesting thing is that it doesn't have to result in you getting a chest. As you saw, it could result in nothing at all, but it can also result in a skeleton, or maybe it's a zombie popping up and attacking you, which is also fun. You just never know. It's a great way to waste money. I recommend it. Atarixa is dumping some totems in the guild bank. That's awesome, because we could use some pretty badly. Alrighty. What shall I do now? Let's see. Could go see about these sabertooth lookouts and whether we can get them or not. Now in this zone, you'll find a lot of the gnolls in little craters. They like to hang out there. I also have a darkened shard, which is inside the little teleporters that are around the zone. Like the abductors can take you into that zone. And you can also just go in there by going and clicking on it. When you have the quest, you can get in that way to progress through that quest line. It ends up taking you into the Split Paw Den. It was, I'm trying to remember what they called them. It wasn't an expansion. It's like an adventure pack, I think, is what they called them at the time. And so it was sort of something that you got as sort of an update along the way. Now, these guys are not very nice. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mezz this one and then kill this one first if possible, because this is a healer and we don't need any healers hanging around in these parts. Right, well, we made it through one set of looters. Got an update on the last dig and an update on the one-eyed chief. Apparently with the one-eyed chief, I need to find a cache of arrowheads on one. So that's one of those random updates that you get from killing. And the last dig, searching the sabertooth knolls for clues, is also a random one. But we got a little bit for the sabertooth lookouts. I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't want all of the knolls to have feathers. Just want the... That's funny. It's actually the lookouts that I need for the city red, but I need the looters for the one-eyed chief. Alright, so we'll go through the same kind of process again. Mezz him, kill this one. I could have done that the other direction. Mezz the looter and kill the diviner, but that's alright. Works either way. Maybe. Alright, got our clue for the last dig. Well, got a ding on it. Didn't actually get it. Alright, man, and Orbit, it was nice to chat with you. And if you need any help with anything, just let me know. Well, I will add you to my friends list real quick. Yeah, there you are. Well, awesome. Hopefully I'll see you in game then. Alright, so I think I'm going to mezz this one, and then kill the others. Alrighty, slowly but surely working through these. Gotta wait for a little bit of health before I can go in for this next group. This one here is an Intel cancelled, and it only applies to myself. And yet, when I have it on, it still is lit up like I don't. But if you look over here in my spell effects windows, it's definitely on. Alright, here we go. Let's get these two. Mezz that one. Kill this one. I do have some health potions and possibly some cure potions on it. Not really health cure potions, but I did give them away, some of them away to our tank the other day. So I don't know if I have the appropriate, especially the appropriately leveled cure potions at this time. The one-eyed chief did update. I got all that I need from these guys for him. So now I just need the lookouts. Actually, there's one in that group there for the city writ. And of course, I'm still working on the last dig, but that's not as specific to which type of mules I need as the sabertooth skulkers is, or no, the city writ. That's the city writ's name. And we've got a decent sized group here. It's going to be on me when I attack here. So, let's see what happens. I'd like to get him knocked out of the picture for now. And then try to see if I can do something about this diviner situation. There, and then we're gonna run for it, because I don't think I'm gonna make it through this alive. Still on me. Keep going. Looks like I probably picked up an animated scarecrow as well. So I'll run a bit longer. Check on progress. Well, it looks okay over there. Alright. Now I'll come harvest some windswept stones, like, you know, that was actually what I intended to do anyway, right? And there's a shiny over there. And you never know, it could be the shiny I'm looking for. Definitely got the attention of a couple of animated scarecrows that time. Alright, ram them off. So now, back to that, because I did not pick up that shiny. And as we all know, that is an imperative thing. Just a pristine shard of divination. Not the shiny I was looking for. Sad times. Now let's see here. Perhaps we can get a few more of these lookouts out of the way. Could do the gray ones, but what fun is that when we have green ones? The last big update over there, that's nice. Archaeologist Blue discovered. Alright, 4 more of the lookouts to go. Not too shabby. Gotta wait for a little bit of health. Cutting these a little bit too close to be taking too many risks in that regard. Alright, that looks good enough. We'll mezz this one. And then work on this one. Ah, they pulled my tricks on me. Stunned me instead. shoot for a minute and see if we can get him. He's catching up. I'm gonna slow him down a little bit. There we go. And now 3 more lookouts to go. Looks like they're all gray that are remaining. It's too bad. Still gonna get a little bit of health back before I run into it. Alright, so I'm going to mezz this one and focus on the diviner first. That should be good enough. Alright, 12 of 14. I don't need the Chironite threat totems. Those are for the language. And I already have the language on this character, so I don't need that. But it's kind of strange to me that those still drop when no one in the group needs them. But here we are. Alright, so we have 2 lookouts and a looter in this group. I only need 2 lookouts, so that is a very convenient group for me to run across. Gonna let myself get a little bit more health, in fact, hopefully completely full before I go after this group. Pretty close to full. I'm tempted, but I'll give it a second. There we go. Alright, now run in, mezz one, kill the others. I do wish that I had the ability to use the F8 key on here. This laptop, you have to press the function key in order to use your F8 key. So, unfortunately, that is not so easy to do while also pressing other buttons. So, having to rely on clicking with the mouse or using the ever so unreliable tab button. It's a scary one, so makes it go a little bit slower. But I'm going to run this this offering over to the marker of the One-Eyed Chief in the Thundering Steps, which is over there to the west by the... It's on the beach right over here. Right, let's see. The guy in question is this fellow here, Watcher of the Fields. And in fact, really, I ought to go back to the Griffin Tower over here and fly. Be a little bit faster than making a run.
Hello.
Alright, so we want to fly over to the Thundermist Village Station. And then we'll be able to just run west and get this update. Let's see what other kinds of things we have here. Animated scarecrows, drawn foot soldiers. Looks like fishing centaurs, revenant soldiers, sabertooth hunters, the one we're on right now, hide octopi, centaurs again, orc attackers. That's for the captain. You have to talk to her and then she'll be attacked over by the docks. Desperately seeking ants. We all know about that one, I'm afraid. A variety of seafood. I believe you can get the updates from fishing or from killing the fish on that one, I think. Then killing the pirates led by Drenna over there near Obsidope Boulder Boom. Killing Firerock Goliaths. More scarecrows, skeletal veterans. And this is the scout's report. The only ones I need still for him is the one watching the giants, which you have to click a rock, as I recall, to make him spawn, and you update with him. And the other one is supposed to be watching the undead to the east, and all you're going to find is that when you kill the undead over there, you will get parts of his report. So we can only assume the worst for that poor scout. That's what he gets for not hiding in the rock properly. Feels like some of those scouts got the easy end of the job, and some of them were sort of sent to their death, you know. Like, oh yeah, you go watch the centaurs, keep an eye on them, and see how they're doing. And of course, the centaurs are completely non-aggro unless you do terrible things to them. So then others get to watch undead skeletons or huge, massively angry giants. Feels like they got the short end of that stick. Alright, so we place this and we have this nice bow that drops. Of course, it's just not even close to being as good as Stormfire, but it's a nice bow for its level, I think. Ah yes, a convenient mob of fish to update my fishing quests. Fishing is probably the most neglected harvesting skill. I gotta remember to go out of my way to do it and keep it at least at a reasonable level compared to my other, well, compared to the maximum really that it can be. But it's very easy to forget about. apparently both of my guildmates who are currently on are out gathering at the moment as well, so I'm just joining in with the crowd, apparently. Now I'll notice that only the Granville's restaurant is updating from harvesting from these mobs. Let's see if the other one needs us to kill the fish. It does. 18 fish for Purinum of the 7 foals. Well. I don't really want to fight the heroic fish. One thing to fight, you know, the heroics on the ground, but in the water it's a whole different animal, you know? I will get the non-heroics, however. Tide octopi are also rather nasty. What they'll do is they will snare you. So if you're underwater and they snare you, then you can't, you know, if you don't have any kind of water breathing or something like that on, then you'll drown. So in addition to the damage they do, they also have this fun ability to keep you, yeah, no, not fighting that, to keep you under the water. When you're in the water, in order to go under the water, there are a couple different ways you can do it. You can hit end if you have that on your keyboard. This keyboard doesn't have end on it. And then you can use home to come up, assuming again that you have such a thing. If you don't have that, you can angle your screen and then move forward to angle it down. And that's pretty much what I'm having to do on here. And then you can press the space bar and that'll raise you up in the water. Of course, you can also use the mouse and only the mouse and just angle it down like this and then push both buttons. That'll make you run and then angle back up and keep those pressed to come up. Just as a side note, there's also a small fishing area over here. Just a little pond to kind of the north of the teleporter area. And it sometimes has some little mobs of fish and some guys you can fight in there, in case you don't want to go out among the sirens in the ocean. And so here they are. Little mob of fish right here. And I almost have enough of the high quality seafood to buy us a seafood beast. I have 18 of 20. It's not quite there. Looks like that was all of the fish in here at this time. think I will head over to the Griffin Tower and then take that to Coldwind Point. I should be able to jump part way and go look for that scout. While I do this, I'm going to go ahead and clear these hotkeys that are for crafting, because the ones that I have there right now are, I think, mostly out-leveled and would need to be replaced anyway, so. No sense in keeping them on there, all things considered. And that way it'll clear up a little room on my hotbar too.
Well met.
Alright, so we're going to choose Coldwind Station. And this, that's the rock. Two wrongs do not make a right. That's the wrong rock for this guy. Guy we need. There he is, down here by the Earth Rumbler caves. We want to get past these giants because they could see through invis and would definitely have gotten me as I try to run across their area. I'm going to jump off here and then head toward this guy. There'll be a rock over here and we'll have to click that. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I see that the Banished is wandering around over there. We definitely don't want to play around Banished. He's rather nasty. This is opposite Boulder Boom. He is for getting the axe or something of that nature. I can't remember the name of it. It's a heritage quest though. And an axe from the past. That's what it's called. An axe from the past. So it's a heritage quest that is, I think that all heritage quests are good to do. Now we clicked that, we spawned him, here he is, Scout Dirian.
Stay low to the ground, friend. These fire rock giants are fiercely territorial and will attack a stranger unprovoked.
And I say, I am here to collect your scouting report for Captain Sturman.
Good. This saves me the trouble of leaving my watch. These giants have been very active lately.
I say, what have you found out?
See those craters down there? The giants are mining them again. And you know what that means. They're preparing for war, probably to drive the forces of Qeynos from the land. They're notorious for slaying gnolls and centaurs, but they feel especially threatened by organized humans. We had better expect the worst.
I'll take your report to Sturman. Be careful. Alright, here we are, and back into the stealth mode. Another thing to note is that over here is where Stiletto spawns. Stiletto gives Stiletto orders, haha. But let's not forget Coldtooth. He spawns over here, and he is terrible. Epic by 2 and rather deadly, so what we want to do is not run into him. But Stiletto spawns over by these gnolls, over here in this area, and over here he wanders between those things. I think he actually spawns in this pond here, but he wanders all over the place between those two areas. as well get some of these fish well in here. Stiletto's Orders is another heritage quest. It's relatively short one, I would say. Definitely one you want to pick up whenever you see him wandering around. The good part about the fish is that you can always just run onto land, assuming that you can run and stuff and not be stuck with a snare. But when you can run onto land and break the aggro. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. I'm going to head back this way because I want to see if Stiletto is up right now. A little shiny over here, and so I've got to give it a chance to give me a striped red ant. No, striped gray ant. Man, what a shame. One of my guildies was asking if there's an access quest to the enchanted fence. There technically is, but it's no longer necessary. It's the same as the access quest for brains. Brains are getting there. Zek. There used to be, and there still is, the access quest available to do for one for each of those zones, but there's no actual reason that you need to do it. You can do it if you're like me and feel like doing it, but you certainly don't have to. I don't see Stiletto wandering around either with my eyes or with tracks so far. This is the Shrine of Decay. That will update you if you have the quest. I think it's like I don't remember the name of the quest. It's something about finding the shrine or I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. I think no, I can't even give you a guess. I can, however, look here and see if I can find it. The Rediscovered Shrine. That's the name of it. Starts in Anquamica. Alright, now I am going to fly over to the Southeast Station and go see about the Scout Donardo's report.
Well met.
So how's everybody doing from that? Anybody doing any fun adventures? Either in real life or in the game. I'm down for either one. I'm greeted by silence. I'm gonna take that to mean you guys are so busy immersing yourself in the world of EverQuest that you just simply have nothing to say. Hey Shadow, how's it going? Alright, now the guys that I need for this update are going to be down this direction. Ah, I see. You're just hiding in there, huh? I understand. You're, shadows rat. You're in the shadows. I get it. No quest update from that one. Exactly. Now, earlier today, I tried to make an AFK page. I don't know how well it did, but if I need to, at any point, go AFK for a few minutes, I'll try to remember to utilize that and see if it... I don't really know how it works, but I have a plan to give it a shot. Ah, common lands on your level 17 assassin. Wow. Well, let me know if you need any help with anything, because as you can see, I'm just running around doing some random quests of the easier variety right now. Twitch, yeah, on the Twitch channel, I made like a ERB page, and I think that I should be able to just switch to that page if I need to go AFK for a minute. Also, what is wrong with me taking on a level 27 heroic? That was crazy. Bad plan. Running for it. Not quite. This is also not a good direction to run. Wow. Bad plans have been implemented over and over again. Let's see if we can just get some more on us. Maybe die a valiant death running for our lives. Possibly. Break some sight. Not going well. Okay. Fortunately, I did run them off. Unfortunately, it killed me anyway. Those dots, You use an animated AFK on Twitch? Are you saying you use an animated AFK, or you just use something called animated AFK?
Well met.
It's a good question, huh? Yeah, I haven't quite figured it out yet. I just thought if I could basically make a page saying, you know, be right back, and then link that as the source and just sort of switch to it if I need to go AFK for any reason, that it would show. Oh wow, 8 different pages, huh? 8 different sources. Very nice. Yeah, I'm still pretty fresh with all of this, so I'm just kind of, you know, trying to muddle my way through it. I had text running over it, yeah. I think that's the long-term plan, to try to make it work. I just think it would be helpful, because if you know, I don't go AFK very much, obviously, but if I do, then I would hate for somebody to pop onto the channel for the first time and just see me standing there doing nothing, you know? Yeah, so far I've been using like the Twitch help information to learn as much as I can about what I can and can't do. And otherwise I'm just fumbling along, doing the best I can on there. Yeah, OBS is what I've been using as well for that. It's something that I've used before for other things, and so I have a little bit of a vague knowledge of how to use it. You didn't have to learn something new. I've always enjoyed the skeleton emotes, you know, the things they say. Some of the different animals that you're fighting are more interesting before you know what they say, and it's like you don't have the language yet. They just make these strange noises that are pretty cool. And then you find out what they're saying, and it's not all that impressive. But the skeletons are pretty cool. I like their maniacal giggling, and that pile of bones was my friend. You know, it's just great. That I know there's something called Streamlabs that seems to be pretty popular on there. I haven't messed around with it at all. I noticed that it seems to be just another kind of studio, and like I said, since I had experience with OBS before, I thought I would go ahead and use it, and be one less thing for me to have to figure out. Back out of there before we get piled up on by those guys. And then I'm just going to patiently wait for that to break, which won't be very long at all. There he comes. Yeah, Streamlabs I think is probably the one that you're talking about, because I think it's the one that shows up at the top in the programs that are most used by the Twitch people. Yeah, I might look into it at some point, but not yet. He did add some, I think some sounds, for when, I get a new follower or something like that. I don't know if the sounds can be heard by everyone, or if they can only be heard by me. I'm assuming that they can be heard by everyone. But it was a little unclear. There's that skeletal captain again. Heroic level 27 triple arrow up. Just not really in the kind of condition to be able to do that yet. Oh, and look, another rainbow lighted area. We gotta try that out again. However, I see that my bags are full. What a shame. What shall I do about this? Let's... I do have room for 6 more quests right now, so I guess I'll go ahead and take one of these Farsees requisitions for the Wailing Caves over there, and pick myself another bit of room so that I can use some of these scrying stones. Is that soft white, soft blue, bright red? I'm going to begin to search and find nothing interesting. Let's try that again. Bright green, bright green, bright green. So that's 3 bright greens. And we begin to search. And we got a magnificent treasure this time. Let's see. Let's see here. Shadow, I'm seeing you said take some time to figure it out, but as I mentioned, if you play a bit and try your way, it's not so hard. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, just sort of feeling my way around and seeing what happens. So we got 50 of the ancient silver coins, and the other option is 50 scrying stones. Well, of course we're going to get the ancient silver coins, right? Why not? And if we mouse over that, in our bags, it doesn't tell you anything. An ancient silver coin, that's all we got. Alright, well, let's clear another spot, aka start another Far Seas requisition. Not that one, I must already have it. Try again. No? No bueno. How about you? Oh, there we go. That works. And in the meanwhile, unfortunately, our lights have disappeared. Yeah, I've got my phone beside me as I play because that's what I'm currently using to see the chat. I just have the app on there, and that's what I'm using to see what's going on and to interact. Once I have access to a second monitor, that I think will be the better way to do that. But this is working at the moment. Out of room in the bags yet again. I'm gonna have to call to the guild hall and throw some things in there, I'm afraid, here pretty soon. It's too bad, because I've got a good number of these folks spawned at the moment that could potentially update my scout's report. Yeah, 3 monitors would be awesome. Definitely not something I'm anywhere near being able to do, but that would be cool. Trading some fish meat for that application. Fish meat can sell for different amounts to the vendor depending on which type of fish meat it is, where you got it, which tier. But I think that application is pretty definitively going to sell for more than those couple of fish meats that I have. Oh, I finally got update number 4. Well, let's see here. I just need one more update for that guy. None of them are currently feathered. Hey, how's it going, Ravenous? You doing a bit of EQ too? Ah, one of them spotted me. I was being so sneaky too, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Ah, yeah. Food is a good idea, and I will have to do that myself here soon, but not yet. Not yet. Still no dice. But we'll see if we can clear these out again. And if so, perhaps I'll get some to spawn that I can use. Oh, cool. It says that Ravenous Uno is on a watch streak. A 3-stream streak. Cool. Being fairly new to the Twitch community, I don't really know what it means, but it sounds good. I'm assuming hopping from one stream into the next, I don't really know. Or maybe it means that you've watched 3 of my streaks in a row, or 3 of my streams in a row. Probably not 3 of my streaks in a row, that's a whole different thing. Well, it seemed like a reasonable possibility. Now another application for citizenship. That's much better than fish meat. Go ahead and run into this area here and see if there's any feathered ones that have popped back up along the way beyond skeletal captains. We don't want any skeleton captains. They're a little bit more than I'm prepared for. If he was a green heroic, then we'd be talking. But blue, nah, not quite there. Blue. Haven't been into Ruins of Varsoon with this character yet. I'm just kind of lagging a bit, I think, on everything. Haven't done all the quests that I think I need to have done by this level, and I'm just trying to kind of finish out those before I move forward. Was not paying attention to them and attacked our heroic. He is just a green heroic, but it's definitely not intentional. Let's see if we can do a little bit of this. Mezz him, and then, you know, I'll just run away from him. How about that? Make life easy. Thought about using a hex doll on him while I was mezzed to decrease his haste, and then I could have used the gnomish improvements on myself first, and had a chance of recovery, but with me being as deep orange as I was, I feel like that would be not the best plan. We've had plenty of repops over here, so maybe at least some of them will be possible updates. Let's check and see what we've got here. It's not looking likely at this point, so may as well. One of these guys. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. No dice yet again. Oh no. Gotta take another quest. Actually, it occurs to me I don't, because I already have these quests, so I can just delete them. These three. Check this one again to make sure. Yeah, I have it. That's great. Alright. There. All kinds of room now. Still no luck on the scout's report, however. We went and finished off General Troll in the Blood Skull Valley yesterday, so and that was as fun as always. I know that at least one more of the characters in the guild needs that quest done, so we'll be going back in there again. Well, I think with two different alts of guildies, so I'll be seeing a little bit more of Blood Skull Valley here soon. Probably not today, but sometime soon. Ah, another feathered skeletal lieutenant. This could be the one. You never know. That's what I keep telling myself, you know? This time I'm gonna hit it big. Next time. Ah, seashell earring. Just what I've been looking for. Unfortunately, that means that my bags are once more full. My character is done gathering. I may as well make my way into this little, I don't know, do you call it a grove at this point? It would be a grove, except that it's been destroyed a bit. So I don't know, it's like a grove that was once trees. Well, now I'm definitely going to have to make room for that, aren't I? So let's see. How about this last requisition here? Ah, yes, indeed. See, it tricks you in this game by giving you a couple of updates in like some sort of reasonable succession, and then it's like, oh, you wanted updates for your quest? What? We don't do that. It's not how this game is. I feel like the Barsoon apprentices are used for a heritage quest. I can't remember. Is it possibly mages have to kill the Barsoon apprentices? I don't remember. For the not heritage, for their armor quests. there's one that'll work. No such luck. This one is a belt. Not particularly exciting for me. Someone may benefit from it. Howsoever, I guess I can get rid of this small bag of ammonia sulfate. Nobody needs to be running around with that in their bags anyway, right? Feels like of all the things they could be running around with, it makes sense when you realize that it's for a plant, it's fertilizer. And I think that plant came out, it came out with Kingdom of Sky expansion, I believe. And if you ordered a particular version as a pre-release, then you got this plant. And the plant, you could feed it different combinations of water, fertilizer, and bones, and it would give you different things. So that was neat. And then later on, they came out with Badger, who would eat those items in return for shinies. So, there's a decaying bone. I'll get rid of that. Trade that for a battle chant. But yeah, so that is what you were able to do those things with previously. I'm not sure what, if there's ever going to be anything that can be done with them on this server. I've been just keeping them on an off chance that at some point there is something to do with them. But, I don't know if there will be. Apparently, I suppose buying that pre-release package at the time is not, it doesn't allow you to have access to claim it on here. And that's kind of too bad. as things currently stand, I feel pretty comfortable deleting those bones and fertilizers and whatnot if I need the space for something that I know is definitely being used in the game versus something that may never be used. Resorted to mostly running in instead of using arrow to pull them to me as I go because I'm running low on arrows. I have 165 of them, I guess, left. And it feels like that's pretty low to be relying on. Should be some respawns coming up here soon, I would think. But in the meanwhile, you come and go after some of these folks. Ah, here we go. That's more like it. Oh my gosh. That was so like, it's like road hypnosis, but it's like quest hypnosis or like spawn hypnosis. Don't know. In this case, it was trigger hypnosis. Just couldn't even realize that I got the update I've been looking for a whole second. But there it is. Ta-da! Scouts reports. Amazing. Captain Sturman at Bridge Keep. Here I come. And of course, on the way, I've got to keep an eye out, keep a sharp eye out for a shiny, because any opportunity to get that striped red ant is a good opportunity. It's not looking real likely. let's see here what the reward actually is for this quest. It is Outland Brigade Reports. And the reward is a belt. It's a pretty good belt. It's not bad. It's definitely... I think I can definitely say it's better than what I have on right now, so I would like to put that on when I get it, but one issue is I have no room in my bags, so it is going to go into my overflow, which is okay because I need to call the city and deal with some of these items in my bags anyway. Clearly, the depots need a visit from me, and I can dump a bunch of it and be able to have room for this belt. It'll be great. And for that matter, if you haven't experienced bag overflow yet, inventory overflow, then I don't know what you've been doing with your lives. Alright, Captain Sturman says, be careful out in these lands, adventurer. There are many factions in the Thundering Steppes that are not friendly to outsiders. And I say I have returned with the 5 reports. He says, thank you. Let me have a look. Where's the rest of Donardo's report? This is incomplete and sketchy. Not like Donardo at all. And I say, I'm afraid I couldn't find him. I found that off of a skeleton. Well, that's putting mildly, I have to say. We found that off of, like, I don't know, 30 skeletons. So it's definitely not being 100% accurate here. He says, this is terrible. The undead must be swelling in number. Our strategy will have to be re-examined. If I remove our soldiers from Thundermist to attack the undead, the village will be left open to raiders. But if we commit more soldiers to defending the village, the giants and undead will rapidly overwhelm us. At least we have your reports to help us plan our next move. Please accept this reward for your brave assistance. And I say thank you for the reward. But I think it's interesting that he says, at least we have your reports to help us plan our next move. I'm pretty sure I can't take credit for those reports. Those other dudes out there, they're the ones who did those reports. I'm just the delivery boy here, you know? But I'll take the reward. Alright, so now we have your inventory is overflowing. If you look on your character select screen at this point, not your character select, just your character screen, then you'll see that in this little window down here, in the lower left corner, it'll say overflow, and it will have a picture of one of the items you're overflowing with. It's okay to have stuff in your overflow, sort of. You still can't loot anything, but I'm going to go hop back to Qeynos and deal with this overflow situation. Also, Nightmare gained a level. How nice. .6% to the next level, and vitality is 0. Just as a check, my trait skill vitality is 16.5 and 43.5 into that one. Okay, it's going to remind me anytime that I zone, you have 1 items in your overflow. Press OK to attempt to move them to your inventory. Make sure you have enough free room to hold these items or they will end up back in your overflow, which you can access via the equipment tab of your character window. I'm going to say cancel because I'm very aware that I do not have room in my inventory currently. Now, let's check out some stuff here. Now, one thing to look at is that we have 50 of these ancient silver coins. Now, you'll recall, I'm sure, that the scrying stones cost, I believe, 18 silver and some amount of copper per coin, or per scrying stone. Each of these ancient silver coins sells for 5 silver and 56 copper. If I wanted to sell the entire stack of these, it would be 2 gold and 78 silver for the stack. That's a decent amount. Now, granted, I could have gotten 50 scrying stones instead of 50 ancient silver coins. If I had done that, then I would have gained about 10 silver per item as far as the fact of if I'm going to be continuing to get more scrying stones in the future, it would have been the better choice to choose the scrying stones than the ancient silver coins. But you know, it's a fun thing to just kind of show you guys what the different things are. And if I just took scrying stones all the time, well, what fun is that, right? So there you go. That's one of the things you can get from the rainbow lights. Now, the application for citizenship, that's the one that I traded the fish meat for. Fish meat does not sell for very much. I had a couple of those that I deleted. These applications for citizenship sell for 26 silver and 78 copper each. Definitely gained on that decision there. Didn't notice I had crab meat. That would have been even better. Of note, the crab meat can be used in crafting. The thing is, though, the meats are not normally the expensive things. It's not really worth it to hang on to meats so much, in my experience. Alright, now we've made enough room just from selling to that guy to be able to get this belt out of the overflow. We're just going to drag it from this window into the inventory. There's another way you could do it. You could do, and I'll just show you, sort, and it'll sort everything by its type and all that. And then it'll throw it in here over with my other jewelry pieces. And there she blows. Now, I definitely like this belt better than the one I have on, so I'm going to trade it out. And then save my adventuring set with the new thing on it. And I suppose I may as well go ahead and sell the girdle of the contestant while I'm here. Buy this guy. I have really nothing else to do with it, so let us sell it. Girdle of the contestant. 8 silver. Alright, now I'm going to head on over to Willowwood and dump some of this excess into the depots there. Ah yes, and mark this chest of skulls as I go by, as is my wont to do. And I always kind of look around for a shiny in this area on my way to the bell as I go through, because why not, right? We could all use a little more shiny in our lives. Peregrine says, I have many Thundering Steps quests if you're up for it. Alright, we got a lore and legend box. We'll toss these in. And then I didn't actually see anything go in there, I'm sure something must have, right? Perhaps it was at the end there. And then some collectibles. Throw some of those in. And I'll pick up a bird watching. So I could use that for sure. And then we have some harvests that can go in there. And you know what? I think we can dump these scrolls in as well. However, I don't want to. Or maybe I already did. Probably already did throw the swashy stuff in. It's alright. I'll find it in there later. Alright. Sort the old bags. And I don't have a lot of room right now. I think I may stop by the broker. Not really interested in pricing anything right now because I feel like I've got other things I'd rather do. But I can at least throw some of it into the boxes. I don't have a lot of room in the boxes, I don't think. They're eternally full. But I can at the very least throw some jewelry in. And maybe some weapons. Alright. Good enough for government work. And now I'll resort my bags. And yeah, a little more room. Not much. You know what I need to do though? Because Garrick mentioned throwing them in there earlier, is I need to pick up some totems. So that when we're out and about, I can hand out totems and use totems and go a little bit faster in the world. Let's see, I'm at level 30 right now. So I could use these, but we don't have very many of them in here. So I think I'll just pick up a few of these. These are power regen. I have, let's see, I have 2 of the health regens and 2 of the power regens right now. I think I'll go ahead and pick up 4 of these power regens because probably Jericho is going to need some. It's like he's in Thundering Steps right now. And so to Antonica I go. Huh, somebody's name is Kindling nearby. I wonder if Kindling is a provisioner. Ooh, you know what though? It would be fun if it was a dirge provisioner. That seems like a cool name. Because it would be supplying fuel, right? Fuel for the fire, as it were.
Hello.
At some point, I really have to start unlocking Nick Castle. It's been so long since I did it. It's going to be a struggle to remember exactly the order, but it'll be fun. Ah, Grinder. I wonder if that guild name is it German? I don't know. Temple Ritter. Sounds like Raider, right? Dungeon Raider, maybe. What it means? Something of the no, that's not right. Ritter be temple. Shadow probably knows exactly what it means. Let's see. Loge. However it's pronounced could be based on the root word for word. In which case it would be word of the Temple Ritter. Let's see. Temple Ritter. Suppose I should probably give the tank buff to the tank. I guess. I don't know which quest he's currently working on, but I may as well go to my journal and figure out which ones would be good to check. Definitely want to focus on the ones that are that we might run across in the wild that wouldn't be checked necessarily in his journal. centaurs because I don't want to kill just any centaurs unnecessarily, so that I don't mess up my faction with them. Suppose I should target the tanks too. Right. Probably we want to hand him some of these tokens for his culture, but he doesn't have enough. I think I accidentally. Oh, good, I clicked greed. Looter. Alright, I probably could not consume on my totems. Now, if you clear all of these, you can spawn a lot. I don't know. I guess you'd call it. It's a guy that gives AA, but he's not really all that impressive otherwise. He's, let's see what his name is. Risheza is one. But I think there's another guy. Maybe not. Maybe Risheza is the name. In which case, I guess he is technically the name. He's not all that impressive. I already have the treaty for treasure. That's the access quest for the Cove of Decay, which is the zone that you put or that you have to fight Oxygorgon in. That's a distressed merchant. And if you clear all of the mobs from around the area where a distressed merchant is, then he becomes a gratified merchant. And you can buy special books from gratified merchants that you can't buy from, I don't think, anywhere else. I believe that all gratified merchants sell the same wares, but still, it's nice to have them. You can also, I believe, sell things to the gratified merchant as well as buying books. And we almost have enough cleared to make them gratified at this point. I'll be sure to go run over and show you what you can get from the gratified merchant once he's all ready. Still distressed at the moment. Now for these heroic opportunities that we're doing, as a scout and fighter combo, the way that you do those is that the fighter has to initiate the heroic opportunity, and then the scout has to press a button which is basically a high attack button to second it and make it go to the final stage, which we have to press. Each of us has to press one attack and then finish it off and complete the heroic opportunity and get the benefit from that. that case, I pressed my root, and then I pressed my another kind of root, and that was all that I needed for that. This time I pressed my stun, and I'm going to do a hide now. The distressed merchant remains distressed. When you see an arrow in the middle like this, a round arrow, that means that you have to do it in a certain order. If you see kind of a star in there, that means the order doesn't matter. But if you see a round arrow, it has to be done in the order starting from like the top and then going around counterclockwise from there. Looks like Garagrim is up to 25 AA points now. That's pretty good. I haven't assigned any of my AA in quite a while. Let's see, I think I was working toward this feigned death. Now, do I want the feigned death? I'm not sure. I gotta think that one through. I have 10 of them unassigned right now. So I could put some of that into strength, which would help me deal more damage. You run into a thing with this second line here, all the way across the second line horizontally, because these require different things to be equipped. So this only works if I have a dagger equipped in primary, but this only works if I have a sword equipped in primary. So you can't really go both directions with these. You can either have a sword or a dagger or a rapier, you know. This, I think, requires something in secondary. It requires a round shield in secondary. So this is like, you know, if you're... I guess... I don't know. I'm not sure, you know, the swashy tank thing. And then this one requires that your secondary slot be complete. Which is insane. Orc attackers. Garagrim's asking about orc attackers. The orc in question, the orcs are the ones that attack over here, this Captain Abela Qeynos. If you get the quest there, then you'll end up killing the orcs that are attacking her, and it's the starter for the Zek access quest that used to be required. Don't believe. In fact, I know it's not required on this. Or I'm pretty sure it's not required on this server to do that. I don't know that I've been to Zek yet on this server, so maybe it is, but I've certainly been to the Enchanted Lands, and I did not do the access quest over there. So it's highly unlikely that the Zek one is required. And here's the captain.
Yes,
says-
hail to you as well. My crew has a lot to do, and I don't need you getting in the way.
Alright. So, these are the books. We'll go ahead and go through.
Hidden code, away from harm, and the last thing I need is rotting. That was a close call. I don't know how much longer I can elude these orcs.
Let me help.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Abella Qeynos, the captain of the Prize of Praxis. Please forgive my rudeness earlier, but as you can see, I've reason to be cautious.
Why did those orcs try to kill you?
That's your second question, and I don't even know your name.
Sorry, I'm Copernicus.
Aye, that's better. Nice to meet you. Thanks again for watching my stern. The orcs that attacked are from the same ship that meddled with us out in the Sea of Crossed Swords. They bear the markings of the Death Fist.
Please go on.
Their pursuit was brutal. If it weren't for my engineer's modifications to the Prize of Praxis, we'd be sleeping with the fishes. Listen, I'll be upfront with you. We don't have much time before they find where my ship is anchored.
And you want my help, right?
We have a lot to do before the Prize of Praxis can set sail, and we can use all the help we can get. From what I've seen, you're just what the priest ordered. What do you say?
Where did the Death Fist come from?
I won't know until we get back to the Sea of the Crossed Swords, but I believe I was about to come across the Isle of Zek. Now, tell me, are you willing to help?
Take me with you to Zek, and it's a deal.
Excellent. You can start by aiding our supply runners in Antonica. They're bringing materials to repair the hull of our vessel. Make sure they're safe from orc marauders.
Understood. Alrighty, now. Garrison is over there, so we'll head over where he's at. Ah, and a valiant fight with a drowned trooper. Oh, I see. He needs a good number of these guys, huh? Alright. Next. Oh, he seems to be going forward. It's interesting. There's so many things here that that are needed. Maybe just wanted to get off of that cliff wall there we were on. I think I'll take this opportunity to share the quests I have here with him, just in case I have any that he doesn't. Alright. Now let's see, he's got two things going on here, so I think I will mezz this one. Looks like I need 10 of the drowned foot soldiers total. Currently at 2 out of 10. I don't know which quests he's working on. Sometimes there are some shinies in this ravine, and they have been the death of many a group in the history of this game. If you go out into the ravine and you start killing things up there, you'll find that the skeletons kind of pile up on you. He's gone AFK for a moment, it seems. So, I suppose, let's see if I have anything that I previously finished that he doesn't already have. Probably not, but you never know. May as well find out. Looks like he's back. Okay, looking for foot soldiers. None on track. Let's see here. I suppose I can pick this guy's quest up. I've been hesitating to pick up more quests when my quest journal was already pretty full, but I've cleared a little bit of it, so maybe time to pick up some more. He says I should do my old quests. I agree.
Do you see any of the guys? Cause
Any of the foot soldiers?
bear that's worth AA or something.
Yeah.
It's got a little.
Looks like you feared them.
What?
I said it looks like you feared them.
I don't have a fear.
Huh?
They're not engaged.
Oh yeah. Well, definitely broke.
I
I can still shoot this one with my arrow.
don't know what's up with them.
I don't know, but it's working. Slowly.
Well, I don't have any arrows, so
Yeah, I don't know what it's
all I can
registering them as, but
be 15 seconds with my one ranged spell.
you can do it. Got a bit
For
of
some
a
reason,
glitch
I
here
can't
going on.
melee them.
Say that again?
For some reason, I cannot melee them.
Yeah,
They're just
it's
far away.
I have to get in just the right spot, and then I can hit them with my arrows. Interesting bug,
Freaking
huh?
missed. Oh, he died. I think your poison got
Yeah.
him.
No, my arrow got him.
Maybe. Anyways, you see any ground foot soldiers?
No, none over here.
They basically spawn like throughout this whole valley, right?
More around, I think, Dead River Basin, like to the north.
Nah, well, like got
Northeast.
stuff to update this way, anyways.
Got some Revenant soldiers on us.
Yeah.
One anyway. May as well kill it. I know we need it.
I mean, I need just skeletons in general, so.
One of 15. Woohoo.
What?
1 out of 15 updates
Oh,
on
you
those.
need to kill 15 somethings?
Revenant soldiers specifically, yeah.
Oh boy. What do you need to do that for? Is it a rip or
I'm
what?
not sure. I think it's like slay the Revenant soldiers or something amazing like that. Let me check. Yes, slay the Revenant soldiers. There's a drawn foot soldier down there.
Where is
2
it?
of them. It's over this way.
Wow, there's a ground trooper on me.
Yeah, I know. Want to grab him? Looks like you do. All right, you see this one?
I do indeed. There's another one over that way a little bit.
Yes. I also need some pirates. And I think you do too. There's Drina and crew over between the two giant areas down there.
What?
Pirates.
Ah.
It's for the quest that starts in Qeynos Harbor with the dude on the docks there. No more foot soldiers on track currently. Those guys can see a long ways.
What?
Never mind.
I can stop interrupting me for a few seconds.
Are you trying to get up here?
Yeah, I'm failing horribly.
Come back this way. Oh, you got something on you. Hold on.
I noticed.
Alright, a giant heart.
What?
I got a giant heart.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. What are you looking for at the moment?
Well, apparently I need to head over to Chief Darenog. Do you think we could take the Banished there?
We could try.
He's a yellow double arrow heroic.
For you, yes.
Oh yeah, I guess you are high level.
Watch out. Some coming up behind.
Yeah, well, he's on.
It's alright, I got him mezzed for now. Another one.
Now
Back
comes
up.
the part of the die horribly after running out of mana.
Run for it up the hill.
Up the hill is giants.
Yes. All right, stop.
But I'm still registered as being okay. Now I'm not in combat. Well, on the bright side, I need stuff over here anyways.